What toxic family tradition did you break, knowing it would cost you everyone you loved? In my family, we did not raise the firstborn. We gave them away, not to another family, to ours. For 4 generations, the oldest child in each household was pulled out of school at 16 and handed to the elders to serve for life. No wages, no marriage, no leaving. My grandmother was given. Her older sister was given. They called it the greatest honor a child could receive, and every one of them smiled through it until the day they died. When I turned 16, my mother started measuring me for aprons. The tradition had a ceremony. On your 16th birthday, the whole family gathered, and the oldest living relative pinned a gray apron to your chest while everyone applauded. That was the moment you stopped being a person and became a pair of hands. My cousin, 3 months younger than me, had just gotten into a state university, and my parents toasted her at the same dinner. Then they called me forward, burned my acceptance letter from a nursing program in the fireplace, and made me kneel on the hardwood and swear on the family ledger to serve until I was released. Nobody in 4 generations had ever been released. I threw up in the downstairs bathroom while they cut the cake. For the next year, I slept on a cot in my grandfather's room so I could turn him every 2 hours through the night. My hands cracked and bled from the cleaning solution. I was not allowed a phone, a door that locked, or a single dollar of my own. When my parents caught me sneaking into a night class at the community center, my father took my library card, the only card I owned, and snapped it in half in front of me. Then they stopped letting me leave the house at all. My younger sister, Ren, was the only one who still saw me as a person. She was 14 and scared, and she used to slide granola bars and notes under my cot after everyone fell asleep. One night, she pressed an envelope into my hand with $612 in it, every dollar she had saved from walking the neighbor's dogs. She told me to run before my 17th birthday, because the family said that was the day the oath became permanent, so I ran. I climbed out the laundry room window at 2 in the morning while the house slept, and Ren stood at the top of the stairs with her hand over her mouth, not making a sound, watching me go. I caught the first bus out of the county and rode 300 miles to a friend from middle school, whose parents took me in without a single hard question. They helped me find work and enrolled me in community college, and I took every extra shift I could get. My parents called the police, said I was unwell and needed to come home. I was almost 18 by then, so the officers shrugged and closed the file. 3 years passed. I earned my associates, transferred to a real university, and started training to become the exact thing they had burned out of me, a nurse. That is where I met Callum, who fixed old bicycles and listened more than he talked and never asked what I could do for him. He loved me for who I was when nobody needed anything from me. We got engaged on a Tuesday in a laundromat over folded towels because that felt like ours. I mailed one graduation announcement to my family's address. I did not expect a reply. 2 weeks later, my phone rang from a number I did not know. It was Ren, whispering into a burner phone she had bought with lunch money. She was 17 now. After I left, the family had panicked and moved the tradition up. They had already pulled her out of school. Her ceremony was in 9 days. I did not let myself think about it. Callum and I drove 11 hours through the night to the town I swore I would never see again. We parked 2 streets down and waited until the porch light went dark, and then Ren came around the house dragging a trash bag of clothes, shaking so hard she could barely open the door. We were gone before sunrise. By noon, my parents had reported her kidnapped and were weeping on the local morning news about their stolen baby girl. But Ren was 17, and when the police reached her, she told them the truth, that she had left on her own and was never going back. They let it stand. The week I graduated, my whole family disowned me in a single group message and then blocked the number. My parents told the relatives they had buried both their children years ago. They can keep the funeral, because Ren finished high school on our couch, and last spring she started flight school on a scholarship. She logged her first solo flight last month, alone in the cockpit, nobody left in the world to tell her where to go. She wants to fly for a living. She wants to spend her whole life leaving the ground.